Coming up on today's Disney Roundup, what to expect when returning to the parks after the first cast member preview day, how Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and Orange County Mayor feel about Disney still reopening, and former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick has a new partnership with Disney. I have all that and more for you coming up right here on the DRU. Hey, it's Jeff everyone, and welcome to the Disney Roundup, where I bring you up to date on what's going on with the Walt Disney Company and Disney parks each and every single week. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that like button for me and also subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. But the magic is officially back as Disney parks have officially started to reopen, as this week cast member previews have started over at the Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, so we have an inside look of what it's going to look like when returning to the parks before the July 11th reopening to the public. Of course, when entering the parks, all guests ages 2 and older are required to wear face coverings, and when entering the park, you'll go through temperature screenings and security at the TTC. Now, when taking transportation over to Magic Kingdom, you'll have the option to take the monorail or a ferry boat. And according to an article from Blog Mickey, when boarding the monorail, you will see number markers that each party is asked to stand on before going up the ramp. When being called upon up the ramp to the monorail, you will see physical distance markings on there to separate you and your party. And before boarding, you and your party are asked to stand on the number that a cast member will direct you to. And when inside, there is a divider placed in between seats, but they did say depending on the size of your party, you could be grouped with another party as well. So that is something to keep in mind when taking the monorail over to Magic Kingdom. For ferry boats, they are doing the same by using a number system to board guests, but they are not allowing guests to sit on the benches, as markings have been placed on there to separate the guests throughout there as well. Which for the ferry boat, it's probably a safer option to take the ferry boat for now, since you're still outside and you're not in an enclosed place like you would be with the monorail. Once inside the park, you'll hear the following message being played periodically over the speakers.
Thank you for visiting us today. Just a few reminders. Please wear a face covering. Clean your hands often and thoroughly. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you.
For rides and attractions, as required by the state of Florida, 6 feet social distance markings are marked in ride and attraction queues, and depending on the attraction, some may have plexiglass walls to separate guests where it is hard to maintain physical distancing. And ride cars are being loaded for each party or every other road depending on the ride vehicle of that attraction. Also over at Animal Kingdom, according to Our Florida Project on Twitter, plexiglass barriers are placed in between rows on the Kilimanjaro Safari, and guests have been told by their driver that they can remove their masks while on the ride. As far as characters go, traditional character meetings are on pause for the time being. However, social distance character meetings are indeed happening. You can catch Buzz over in Tomorrowland taking social distance photos, and you can also see the princesses at the train station, as well as other characters like from Winnie the Pooh waving to guests as they enter or exit the park. And as Disney has mentioned on their website, there will be no parades happening during the day, but have introduced character cavalcades. So at random times during the day, you'll see characters on what seems to be individual parade floats, and they are still having a Move It, Shake It, Mouse Could Dance It like cavalcade with Mickey and his friends. New cavalcades so far that have been introduced include a Goofy cavalcade, which features a float with, of course, Goofy going by, as well as Max and Clarabelle Cow, a Tinkerbell cavalcade with Tink riding on a parade float while playing Following the Leader, and a Fantasyland Friends cavalcade showcasing characters from over at Fantasyland. Now, throughout the parks, Disney does have certain spots which you can take a rest, take a breather, and most importantly, take off your mask. In Magic Kingdom, these spots can be found over at Tomorrowland Terrace, Pete's Silly Sideshow, and the Golden Oak Outpost. So these spots are really important to know and should be taken advantage of, especially during the summer season. Note too that if you're looking to make park reservations, and even this week, if you're staying at a Disney resort, all days are available to make a park reservation. But again, that's just for guests staying at a Disney resort. Note along with that too, Disney has not came out and said what the max capacity for the parks are now. It is rumored that it is between 20 and 25%, which, to give you a general idea of that, that is a max capacity, a sold out ticket night for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. But wow, the magic is officially back at Walt Disney World, with the parks beginning to reopen, and will continue this week as well, with annual pass holder previews going on. And this weekend, the public will be able to go back to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom this weekend, and then following next week on the 15th, Epcot and Hollywood Studios. But just a reminder, you'll need a theme park reservation for that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm very impressed of what I've seen so far from Disney on how they're handling their parks reopening and how they will go moving forward. They did also just post a new update regarding park cleaning and safety measures, and if you want to check that out, I will leave a link to that in the description down below. But let me know in the comments, do you think it's safe now to go to Disney, especially with the increased cases coming to Florida recently, and would you still go or not? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like I mentioned, what I've seen from Disney, they're doing a really good job making sure it's a safe environment, but there's still so much unknown. But yes, let me know what you think in the comments down below, if you would still go to Disney and if you would still travel to Disney or not. Now, in a recent press conference Florida Governor Ron DeSantis held for a coronavirus briefing, he addressed with how he feels on Disney continuing to reopen the parks this week. During it, he said, "When it comes to Disney, I have no doubt it's going to be a safe environment." He also added that he was really impressed with what Universal Studios has done since they've been reopened, and has looked at Disney's plan and has said that it is very, very thorough. Additionally, Orange County Mayor Jerry Demmings, when asked about his comfort on Disney reopening this weekend, said that he was fairly comfortable with them to reopen because of their extent they have gone to make sure that it is a safe environment. He did say, though, that if cases continue to increase, they would have to make some adjustments moving forward, which I really hope doesn't happen, but with the amount of cases growing, and especially down in Florida, I think it is very well possible. Some good news, though, is that Disney has announced that all guests coming to Walt Disney World can make dining reservations, and including theme park dining. Disney also reminds you that you'll need admission to the park as well as a reservation for park entry, and that dining reservations do not guarantee you theme park access. As well as if you're dining at a resort, a reservation is highly recommended for guests not staying overnight at a Disney resort hotel. A reminder too that dining reservations can now be made 60 days in advance compared to the previous 180 days it was before. Now for outside the parks news. With the parks finally reopening this week, Disney has unveiled some new information regarding their transportation. As I previously mentioned, monorails and ferry boats have started running as of July 9th, and as of right now, the Magic Kingdom monorail is the only one running. The Disney Skyliner will start operating again on July 15th, the day Epcot and Hollywood Studios reopen, and for the time being, minivans and watercraft do not currently have dates on which they will resume, but I imagine it won't be long before they can get minivans out on the road again. If you've ever taken a minivan before, you know how expensive it is compared to a typical Uber or Lyft, so I imagine Disney is going to be really pushing to get those back out on the road. Now for some company news. Just this past Monday, it was announced that former San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick and Disney have partnered together to focus on telling scripted and unscripted stories that explore race, social injustice, and the quest for equity. Kaepernick will also be in a docuseries produced by ESPN and Disney that will have him tell his story. Kaepernick said in a tweet that he is excited to announce his historic partnership with Disney across all of its platforms to elevate Black and brown directors, creators, storytellers, and producers, and to inspire the youth with compelling and authentic perspectives. He also said that he looks forward to sharing his docuseries on his life, in addition to many other cultural, impactful projects that he and Disney are developing. Alright everyone, well that's all I have for you for this week's episode of the Disney Roundup. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to receive the Disney Roundup each and every single week. But that's all I have for you for this week, and until next time, we'll see you on the DRU.